first treasure of chapter 13. When you get to the island, you'll come through a cave to a turret that's facing this way, so you can't cross through it. Just head down the left after you move that, because it'll be blocking your path, so you can't go left. Just turn it so it faces out of the way. You come over here. This one will be facing down that way. Obviously, you'll have to move it. So if you run around, you go around this building to the left, which is right over here. You have the controls here, which will move it out of the way. It'll move it to where it's currently at. Just don't run in front of it, like I almost did. You'll get your treasure right here, which is a pearl bangle. So in the wharf, after you make your way through the big door there with the flamethrower guy and the turrets, just make your way through the tunnel to the ladder. You'll come up to what looks like big opening area. There'll be an enemy up here. There'll be a couple other enemies. You'll see this big giant building over there. Just head through this window here. Just follow the path slightly to the right. Go through this thing here. But before you go through there, just shoot that barrel. It'll blow up these rocks over here. Then you'll get your treasure here, which is the second one for chapter 13, which is a golden Lynx. So after you're heading through the wharf area, make your way down this path here. That'll be your first rocket launcher encounter on the scaffolding, or whatever you want to call this thing. After you defeat him and go through this big door, just follow the way through the tunnel. You'll come out to this area. Another rocket launcher guy and a couple other guys. Just head around here. Turn right and go down the stairs. Then just right in front of this door. And just look up. Right up here, there's a lantern that'll have your DLC treasure in it, which is an emerald. And that's our first DLC treasure for chapter 13, by the way. After the DLC treasure in front of this gate, there's a non-DLC treasure in the same spot, just opposite from the door. There's the door with the rocket launcher guy. Just go over here, open this, and you get an elegant crown. Yay! After you enter the surveillance room here, this is kind of what it looks like. Just head straight. Open this box. You'll get your next treasure, which is a velvet blue. When you enter the utilities area, make your way down the long hallway and then it curves. As soon as you come out this door here, come around, you'll see a flaming guy come out of there right before the merchant's room. So if you go to the left, there's a treasure right here, which is another velvet blue. That's right here, just north of the merchant's room in the utilities area. And then after that treasure, just head into the merchant's room, do a U-turn, right above the door. There's your DLC treasure, which is a Spinel. In the dissection area, after you flip on the power control lever, you can open the gate over here. I don't know if you really need to. I never do. At least not until later when you have to possibly flip the switches multiple times. Anyway, in this dissection room up here that opens after you flip on the power switch, you can come in here, break this left one here, you get a red Beryl, which is your next treasure. So from the dissection area in this room where you find this weirdly, where you get the keycard thing, I don't know what to call this, but you come out the door, you'll have to fight the blobby creature, the Degenitor, whatever. Come in the room straight ahead after you get the keycard, then break this glass and you'll get a gold ingot. which is your next treasure. Alright, our next treasure is going to be in the freezer section here. So you have to come in here anyway to do this. It's to upgrade your keycard to level 2. Just throw that in there. There'll be one of these sack things with one of the creatures that pops out. But if you come into this room, the little freezer section here, you'll have to do the power thing, but you'll get an LE5 on this case here, which is nice if you need the extra gun. Our last DLC treasure of Chapter 13 will be right before you enter the area to go into the incubation lab. So you come down these stairs here, and then you'll see two guys on the ground. There'll be one that walks that way, then there'll be another one. Not too far up. There's a lantern just above the end of the stairs here, which is a silver token. In the incubation lab, when you're going to use the overwrite terminal, right here, which obviously you need to upgrade your keycard, you look just to the left on the table, there's going to be a Biosensor scope, which is your last non-DLC treasure of Chapter 13. Also, it's useful for taking out these creature things, because it helps you see their weak spots. But let's just jump right into Chapter 14. Alright, our first non-DLC treasure of Chapter 14 is in the holding cell after you save Ashley. You'll start right by this door. Just turn to the right. On this cart in the corner, right here, is going to be the crystal ore. Next we have a DLC treasure, which is the first one of Chapter 14. You have to boost Ashley through this passage up here.
You got it?
Let her open the door for you.
I'm counting on you.
She'll open this door, and you'll see it right on the crates just inside. It'll be right there. Open sesame.
Pretty much a master of unlocking.
Yeah. Be right here, which will be your first DLC treasure, which is a gold token. Very close to the start of Chapter 14. You come from the holding cell, just head through the merchant area, and you'll come out to this area, which is the big cargo area. It's cargo depot. So there's going to be a treasure over here. You just pass the, whatever that's called. Bulldozer? No, it's not bulldozer. Just come down the ladder, and then it's your left here, which is gold bangle. And that's another non-DLC treasure. Just after you enter the cargo depot starting area, just after the merchant area, in Chapter 14, you look pretty much straight up. Yeah. There's that lantern right up here. You shoot that down, and then you'll get your next treasure, which is an Alexandrite. When you go through the cargo depot to the west, there's a door, obviously. There's a path up that leads to something you have to have either you or Ashley hold, so I can open this door down here, and then somebody will unlock it. But if you go that way, so the room's facility 2, you go down the hallway here, kill the enemies, and right before you come to this door, turn around and look up, shoot the lantern down, you'll get another treasure, which is the velvet blue. After you get through the facility 2 area, climb up the stairs, you'll make your way through into this doorway here with big pipes. So jump down, and just head to the right, duck under the pipe, then go to the left. Right over here, you're going to find an emerald, which is your next treasure. In this waste disposal section here, you'll have to have Ashley hold the valve there, so you can cross the bridge. Let's go through this door, and into this area. Oop. a little turned around there. There's a box right on the, so you come through that door, box right here, which is an ornate necklace, which is another non-DLC treasure. After that treasure, still in the waste disposal area, just make your way through here. So you'll have to kill some enemies in here, but the treasure is... What the heck is it? Am I hallucinating again? Oh, I'm just up a little bit. So it's on the bridge here. Just look up, find a ruby, which is your next DLC treasure in chapter 14. Alright, after you enter the amber storeroom here, after the green section, you come into here and we'll get our next DLC treasure, just straight ahead. So from the door, just head straight, and then just look up, shoot down the lantern. You'll get your last DLC treasure of this chapter, which is a Spinel. After entering the storeroom for your last non-DLC treasure, just follow the path. Instead of grabbing that, go left. I mean, you could probably grab it after you do that too, but come over here. I passed it. Grab the crystal ore, which is your last non-DLC treasure of chapter 14. So at this point, you should have 16 out of 24 treasures on your map. I don't think it also counts the DLC treasures, so take that in mind if you have DLC treasures. Alright, our last treasure of chapter 14 is after the Ember Storeroom. Just head through the campsite so you come to this section where there's a big giant tent here, or you go that way to another tent. Just go inside, grab your treasure, which will be a large gold bar. Treasure start of chapter 15, not 5. Just after the merchant area, you'll come down the path and you'll come into an area where you'll see Mike, the chopper guy. Just go to the first building on the left, go behind it, and in the back corner here, just shoot down the lantern. Right. Shoot down the lantern. You'll get your first treasure for chapter 15, which is a red Beryl. So after Mike destroys the barricade thing, when you first meet him, after you guys clear out all the enemies, make your way down the path to where you come to the Stronghold. And then when you get to the Stronghold, just climb up this, wrong way. Climb up this ladder right over here, which is right before this gate. Just climb up here before you go across that bridge to where the anti-air cannon thing will be. Shoot this lantern down, you'll get your second treasure, which is a velvet blue. So when you get to the Cliffside ruins here, where Mike tries to pick you up with the helicopter, he'll be over this cliff here. And after the cutscene, you'll turn around, you'll be facing like this. Just go there, which is... So this is the way you have to go. Continue the storyline. Just go down this middle path here. Right down the ladder. This will be your next treasure. It'll be in a box all the way at the end of this pathway here. Just follow this tunnel. And all the way at the end here will be your next treasure. That is the Stuff of Royalty. After this section with the Cliffside ruins, you make your way through into this area, right before the Specimen storage area. Just come through the door off the Cliffside ruins, just follow it. Obviously be careful of these things, they might have creatures in them. So before you go through there, as I don't know if you can come back, this is the wheel that you have to time it and run through the door. Just go to the right in this room. There's your last non-DLC treasure for chapter 15, which is the Splendid Bangle. Almost said bagel. After making your way through the specimen storage area and doing the timed run and running through the door, is right there. You'll come up to an area with a merchant in that room. But before you go on there, turn to the left of the doorway, shoot down the lantern, which is your last DLC treasure of Chapter 15. Let's move on to Chapter 16. This is the last DLC treasure in Chapter 15. Just before you exit from the end of the Sanctuary approach, right before you go into your summit area for your main objective. Just look to the left of the door, shoot down the little lantern there, which is the red Beryl, and now we move on to Chapter 16. After starting Chapter 16, once you exit from the laboratory where you were in, you come out into this room here, and there's a ladder there, but you don't really need it. Not yet. Shoot down this lantern up here. This will give you your first treasure of the chapter once you
Like I said,
go up there and have her knock the ladder down. And it's the non-DLC treasure, so in case you were wondering about that one.
You're getting good at that.
Just climb up the ladder to the left, and then walk down the walkway here, pick up your treasure, which is a velvet blue.
Never been.
After you make your way into the sanctuary area, you're supposed to go out the this side over there where you climb up. But instead of going to the right over there to go that way, make your way left and head over to this section here with the big giant chandelier. Come over this way. Oop, I thought I was on the back. You grab the pendant here, Illuminados pendant. That'd be your second treasure of the chapter. So while you're making your way towards the loading docks over here, before you enter the merchant room, which is literally right here, there's this pathway right before it. If you look up, there's your last DLC treasure, which is a Spinel. Then right after that, right before the merchant room and right before the loading dock elevator, you just go in here. There's treasure right in this room, which is your golden ingot. Now you just got one more treasure left to go. Oh, wait. No, you don't. My bad. Yeah, that's the last treasure. I guess I already got the achievement. I was like, it didn't chime. That's weird. I forgot I already got this achievement. But yeah, that should be your last treasure, as long as you didn't miss any. So you should have the achievement done now. Then all you gotta do is just go and complete the game by killing the boss in the end there. Pretty simple. Obviously, you don't need to in order to get the achievement, but yeah, if you feel like it, since you're already at the end of the game. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this final guide here. Obviously, if you are seeing this, you already either know that there's the other two guide videos I have out, one for the village treasures and one for the castle treasures, because this is the third of those guides. But yeah, so hopefully this helped you out. If it did, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. Obviously, you don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, check out my other guide videos. I will put a playlist in the description for the other games I've done guide for. But peace.